As the room fill up, be sure, and we mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys, sports talk, and beyond. Come on. Yup. Mama said there'll be days just like this. One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Yo, come on. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Ain't no party like a Cowboy party. Let's get it. Yeah. Come on.
In the heat of battle, we go. No. In the heat of controversy, we go.
Come on. Hey. Ho. Happy holidays to you. And you. And you. Let me know if the audio's straight. Let me know if we good. Let me know if we cooking, baby. Let me know. 5, 4, 3, 2, and
if you only knew the power of the dark side.
1. Come on. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the 10-4 Cowboys versus the 10-4 Dolphins, and we're going to talk about everything that we need to go over. I really appreciate you guys. If this is your first time here, the name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboys, football, and beyond. We give you guys the approach to the game from a different flavor, and I really appreciate you guys so much for help growing the nation. Salute to y'all, man. Just this month alone, we done gained 2,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate that. That means that you guys been standing on business. S-O-B. Hey, appreciate y'all. That means I'm doing something, right? Appreciate the people on the Facebook, man. It's quite possible that you guys been sharing this content, and please continue to do so. So I really appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the next, what we want to go to, 140, 150,000 will be the next marker for the YouTube, and then we're trying to get to 70,000 on the Facebook group. So, hey, how we grow is about you guys hitting that like button and sharing this content. And I really appreciate you guys so much for helping me stand on business. And the Cowboys need to take care of business. We are a team that's 3-4 on the road or something like that. Or what are we on the road, y'all? Y'all help me out, man. How many games we lost on the road? I forgot. We lost 4 games this season. So what we lost 4 games. So, okay, all right. So y'all help me out. My math ain't mathing. But I would tell you this. Let's not get weary of those type of things. Okay, Taylor Made said, yeah, dog. Yeah, we 3-4, man. We 3-4.
It's where we hold them. This is where we fight.
This is where we fight, there. This is where we hold them, baby. Because now we remove all of this stuff, man. And on top of that, hey, Riggs! Oh, Riggs! I'm getting too old for this, Riggs. Let's go, baby. Dak! What you can do for us, baby? Do it for the baby. For the baby, Dak. Appreciate you, man. So, the Cowboys, we've been fighting, man. Within the community of the Cowboys, there's been a small fight. And I'm thinking that there's a fight for the need to be right. And this is utilizations, right, of the versatile Micah Parsons. There's a great divide like the ice cream, and the great divide ice cream is really good, though. Ooh, it's really good. It's really good, by the way. It is really good. Who liked the great divide ice cream? It's really good. And we've been fighting about how to use Micah Parsons. Off ball, do you play him on the edge? Do you keep him there? Do you line him up everywhere? Do you put him anywhere on the field? Do you put him at at free safety? What you do with them, man? You know what I'm saying? Do you get too creative? Are we too bland? Not the run, but are we too bland with them? You know, those things come to mind. Those things come to the mindset of Parsons. Where do you play them? Y'all bear with me while I set this up. Hold on. Appreciate y'all. I know we can get more people in here than that, man. Come on, y'all jump on in here. Get in on this. Get in on this. I know y'all might be at work, but y'all should be on holiday flex time. So the notion that there will be people who only want to be right. And there are people that will say, well, Law, you don't know football. You don't understand football. This is not your expertise. But everyone have a reason, and results are what matter. My reach is like Stretch Armstrong. We reached like AT&T. Hey, we did 25 million views just off of Facebook and YouTube. We did over 30 million. So we talking about a reach, right? So when I say something, regardless of whether or not you want to hear it or not, it gets to the ears, drums of the players or their trainers or the general manager or Jerry Jones and them. So, hey, these results are what they are. So when we start speaking things, when we start talking about things, it got to be some type of level of tangibility to it, right? So when we say that over here that I want to use Micah Parsons with run-heavy teams, right, off ball or put him at linebacker, that's not me saying that, hey, Micah Parsons can't play edge rusher, right? So some people will only be selective hearers of what things that satisfy their mindset or their intellect, right? And I don't want to be this person to say, hey, I'm right, everybody else wrong. Because at the end of the day, we just want to win the game. Let me say this again. We just want to win the game. Let me say this again. We just want to win the game. I don't care if Parsons average one tackle a game. But if we can win, I would take that. Now, if I can see something of levels of exploitations, right, or if they expose Micah Parsons, right, and he don't have the ability to beat heavy run pursuit, or he don't have the ability to win off of the LOS, because whether it be size, whether it be poor technique, whether it be mindset and mental capacities, whatever it may be, then we need to figure things out. And there's a levels of evidence of tape that when teams decide to say, hey, we gonna run. We're gonna run at him or we're going to free him up. So either we change it up, learn from it, and do something else. What is the definition of insanity? Can somebody put that down? So what I'm saying is it a wrong thought to say, hey, this is a guy that when teams are pass heavy, this dude gets the likes of Defensive Player of the Year. There's not a lot of people that can slow him down and shut him out. But somehow when we run heavy, that's his kryptonite. And ain't nothing wrong with it. Not everybody's flawless. Look, these players, when they come out of college, they are not done products. They are still learning, still developing their crafts. Yes, Code 77, Below the Heavens. I think that's come from my guy Skywalker and Vach Lombardi show. Yeah, Code 77. Yeah, we have some worries about that. We're going to talk about that a little later on down the line. Yes, Gina with the J says, the state of being seriously mentally ill, madness, he suffered from it. Bouts of the insanity. Yeah, I love that. Girl, you put that together real well. Brenda with the first super chat of the hour. Appreciate you. She says, win right. Want to win more. If it means Parsons at linebacker, then so be it. Look, when you are an excellent player, a great player, an elite player, there will be duties and responsibilities that you will have to do out of the norm. Some DBs can say, well, I don't like to travel. I want to play on my side of the field. But if it's for you to win the game, hey, get me and put me on their best wide receiver. I'll travel. Give me the suitcase and everything else. I need socks. Hey, give me the socks. Give me the pads. Give me the helmet. It's nothing different when you have an edge rusher. If the opposing team can minimize him to only 2 tackles, then they're winning. But if I got to think outside of myself, right? And say, hey, I know it's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame, when you got to step outside of comfort, right? When you got to step outside of what you normally do, right? And say, hey, I got to take one for the team. I may not want to do this, but I'm going to put myself in a position where we can win. I know for dog sure that I'm better than Damone Clark. No offense to Damone and them, right? I know for sure if he were able to get 11 tackles, I can give you 20, right? That's just what it is. Jordan, I'm using Michael Jordan only as a reference, right? If he needed to play point, he played point. If he needed to be the shooting guard, he played shooting guard, right? If he needed to be the small forward, he did the small forward. If they needed him at center, he would have said, hey, I relinquish my capabilities. Not saying that I can't, but we will win more if I'm able to dish it out to someone else. That is called delegations. That is called responsibilities. Those are things that when we say we stand on business over here, we stand on business. You know, yes. There's many of people who watch my show who's a entrepreneur, right? They don't work. See, the people that punch the clock, they work 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. They take long lunches. But when you are an entrepreneur, you work 9 to 9. What weekends, what days off do you have? No. You don't have no days off.
No days off. No days.
There's no sick days. There's no sabbatical that you can go on. No. You're hungry, your back, your belly touching your back. So when you have that mindset, even from a football perspective, you always studying the tape. You looking over it. You mad, you angry, you upset at a loss. You don't want to lose. And you going over every film inch by inch, and you say, what can I do to be 1 degree better? What push-up that I can do? If I did 15, I need to do 16, right? If I watch film for 15 hours, maybe I need to put in 16, right? Those are the realities of it, ladies and gentlemen. And if this is a situation, if you are the defensive coordinator, if you are the play caller, the designer of the defense, you're looking back at it and you are saying to yourself, all right, we gave up north of 260 yards. What went wrong? Oh, we light body? Hey, what do I need to make the necessary adjustments? Shame on me. I didn't make the adjustments when the game was on the line. And what type of mentality are my players exhibiting and exuding? Are we being bullied because of our size? I like watching the Animal Planet. I saw a honey badger no bigger than this screen that I'm in, or no bigger than my desk. Well, no bigger than my Roadmaster. And there was a pack of lions all around him, trying to eat upon him. And he said, all right, cool, all right. All right, well, one by one, I'm going to let y'all know that the fight that you trying to fight me on right now, at the end of the day, y'all going to tuck y'all tail and run, because I know the strength of me. You see, he was backing into a corner. He was just backing into a corner, still scratching, right? And they thought that if they surround him, they would have the advantage. So once he got him into a corner, he said, oh, y'all thought I was the weak one. All right, it's time for me to karate-size y'all now. Shoot. He whooped them so bad that they tucked their tails and ran off. And they were trying to get him, but they couldn't because he was in that corner. He had the corner, so they couldn't jump behind him, right? They said straight up out the corner, it's going to be a miracle, they say, to see again and breathe again. But anyway, I got back on my feet. Come on, baby. Y'all ain't ready for it. Come on, man. Y'all think we playing around with our food over here. Yes, indeed. So I just want to talk about that real quickly. And I want to talk about this, and I'm not the dude that banged the table and said, hey, y'all, all right. But this was from Star. She tweeted this out, and I thought it would be nice for me to reshare it on my platform so that people can see what we were talking about on this particular topic. Shout out to Stargazer Sports. She's new to this content creation page, but she is bright. She's brilliant with her takes, and I love it. And salute to my guy, Koye Media, man. Let me pull this up. Can y'all see that? And she says, for all of the, and I'm not saying that she's right, I'm not saying that she's wrong, but this is just the observation analysis for everything. She said, for all of the Micah is just an edge guy, right? Listen up. Stop what you're doing right now. Grab your popcorn and listen to these guys right here. Just on a minute.
Cowboys linebacker situation, we get asked a lot about, okay, why don't you put Micah back at off-ball linebacker? I think Brian and I have talked about it. That's not necessarily how we'd handle it because he's so darn effective at the line of scrimmage. What do you think overall about Micah moving more to linebacker?
Well, I mean, look, he's showing the versatility. He can go back and forth. Yeah. I mean, if Buffalo is going to run it on first down, why wouldn't you put Micah there if they're running the ball the way they did? They ran it 49 times. Josh Allen said, look, if this was a high school science experiment, I got credit for it. Yeah. I just didn't help out. It was a great line, and it really was. He threw the one touchdown, in an isolation there to the back. But for the most part, I mean, if they're going to run it, and they ran it at Micah, they ran counter right at him. The Eagles have had success doing that. It's one way to limit him is to, run the ball like they did. I mean, he was a non-factor in the game. And so if that's a team's approach and they're having success with it, then I think you should have the option to make that switch. Mm-hmm. Because, if they're running it like they did, it's not going to help you that Mike is so effective off the edge, rushing the passer, if there's nobody to rush.
The boy said it's not effective. There's no one to rush, Money is good, yeah, but it's not effective. It's not effective when it can't save you, right? Like, man, I got $1 million, man, but I used to love this analogy. It's a scary movie back in the day. It's called The Wishmaster, right? You wish for, hey, I want $1 billion, right? You get it by you on an airplane and one of your relatives die, and you go through the whole mindset that, dang, this is something that I wanted to wish for, and I got it, but I made the deal with the devil. The money don't mean anything now. I was watching Kevin Hart. He was talking about, when I make it to the top, it's not the same if I don't get none of my compatriots with me, none of the people I went with and rolled with me. I'm just here by myself. I need for my whole inner circle to be here. So that's why he put his barber on. That's why he put his weight workout guy on, right? So that he can have his friends with him.
Miho was drafted as a pound, not an edge rusher. I understand his best stat is rushing the passer, but they need to put him in a spot to help the team, not his stats.
Yeah. Great observation there, Sam. Great put right there. I guess the AI thinks LB is a pound, right? It's dope, though. But it's a twofold situation, right? It's like we all know, we're not blind to the fact, right? We all know that Parsons is generational talented, right? We all know that in the NFL, you got 11 guys with you, right? But what the NFL like to do when people, I think this is due to fantasy league or what have you. I think this is due to the new way of looking at fans or what have you, or players, I meant to say, is that people will look at the NFL as an individual sport. And I appreciate you so much for your support, Sam. They will look at it as an individual and not a collective. 20 years from now, people will only remember Tom Brady and his rings, right? All of the other people that was on his team fades away. People, for example, his first 3 Super Bowls, people already forgot about the kicker, right? They already forgot about Ty Law and them, right? They already forgot about the defense that they had, right? And since the Bill Belichick fell off as it relates to his win-to-lose ratio as a coach, Tom Brady's stock increased, right? Whereas Bill Belichick now, since he didn't have Tom, decreased, right? And people will start doing those type of thinking of that, hey, Tom Brady got all of those Super Bowls by himself. And it's a little bit of the pieces of these type of things, ladies and gentlemen, even with Troy, right? People forget where this defense was ranked when we had Troy, right? Aikman, by the way, here, right? People fail to realize that. People will know everything about the playmaker as long as he's making noise in the media and beyond, and I think he would never be forgotten, by the way. But people will also always remember Emmett. But when they saying, hey, man, the quarterback present day can't tie Troy Aikman's shoes, well, what about everybody else? What about that defense? Huh? What about those wide receivers that we had, right? We can argue that CeeDee Lamb is close to, my God, the playmaker, but they ain't the same. And that offensive line for your mind, and this is another thing that people, and especially the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network, they very much so gloss over this. The Cowboys haven't won in 27 to 28 years, but they don't add in who was driving, right? They don't add in who was cooking, right? Just because, it's a certain food dish, right? You might like a tomahawk steak, but if you don't know how to cook, doesn't mean it's going to taste like the tomahawk steak that you like. Dave Campo, yeah, he a good dude, but he can't cook. And I'm not picking at Dave. Shout out to him, man, Jason Garrett's a nice guy, but he can't cook. Yes, indeed, man. Glenn Capers, Parsons was mostly a inside linebacker versus the 49ers last year. Yeah, I misspoken on my tweet. I said that he didn't play that well in that game, and then they did utilize him better in that particular game. I guess I was going all the way back to 2021. But even in that game, 2022, in the playoff game, he did a great job of containing, and he did a great job of funneling, right? Christian McCaffrey, he didn't eat us like we thought he would have. Why? Because we matched that tenacity with speed and beyond. But he says 49ers last year in the playoff game against their eternal game, right? The eternal screens, they like to do a lot of that. And they will revisit that in this game coming up against Dolphins, by the way. And it worked. Yeah, Glenn Capers, you're right. It worked. What we're going to have to do here is understand that, that there will be a lot of people like Sal said, Cowboys fools go, right? I get it. I understand. But you're here to watch us, right? You're here to take notes and listen to what we have to say. And there means that there's some type of tangible information that you are here for, right? And granted, you might want to have just a good time to troll, but that's just reality of it, right? So when we start thinking of these type of things, how can the Cowboys, even with their fool's goal, win? We got to be a disciplined team, and we got to shut down the run, and we got to score early and often. And we got to match the intensity in the mindset, right? We do. We got to. Shout out to you, Lunar Love. Appreciate you so much. All right, and it's doubtful that Hankins will play too. Yeah. They was out at practice today, the Cowboys, and they talked about a few things. But before we go into the other side of the conversation here, I appreciate y'all so much. Can y'all do me a huge favor? I ain't too proud to bag, man. I ain't too proud to bag. Hit that like, share this content while I build the plane as we fly. I'm building the plane as we fly. Boom, 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 bam. Bear with me while I load this up. Salute to my guy, Coach Marv. He sent me something. And hold on to your butts. It's finna get rocky, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get rocky. Because my guy, Big Nate, he don't pull back and he don't hold back no punches, baby. He don't hold back no punches. So we finna listen to Big Nate and Larry Brown. Shout out to him. He went after the bag. He went to the Raiders. Y'all know how that goes. That's a whole nother conversation though. But shout out to him. And we gonna listen to these boys. And shout out to Cowboys.com, Crosstalk, and salute to their YouTube pages. And Coach Marv says, Larry Brown, the Dallas versus Miami. If you guys haven't checked that out, I would somehow share the link once all of this stuff is done. All right, let's go.
The last thing that you ever want to see defensively is getting whipped up front. When you're just getting whipped up front and now you're trying to dial up blitzes and now you got a guy in the box and it can affect everything that you want to do defensively. So you never want to see that. And I thought that was what happened last week, that I think they got whipped up front. They were more physical, and I don't know if it's because you're tired. You're
Can
coming
y'all
off a
hear?
big Philly win. I'm not sure. I hope that it's not an issue. But I just thought we got whipped up front.
Is that the greatest feeling in the world for an offensive lineman to know that and say, we're whipping them, right? We're demoralizing them?
That was
Just to slow them down just a little bit, we got to give some dialogue to it, right? That's the best way. Look, man, when you get whooped down in the trenches, right, it rips your heart, soul away. You know, we pouring salt down the wound. We pouring alcohol down the eyes on the Cowboys from a fandom perspective because we want them to win. We want them to play better, right? We know what's at stake. So when we give our constructive criticism, it's really not hate. We just want them to participate better, right? Like there's a piece of the Cowboys community to say, man, if the Cowboys lost 31-28, they would be all right with it. Just about a little bit. They'd still be pissed off and angry and upset. But not 31-10, not 31-3 when you look up there and everybody hitting you up, calling you. You see, last week they didn't know your number. The week before that, they didn't know your number. For 5 weeks, they didn't know your number. You had to check on them. Hey, how you doing, man? You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. But shoot, just the other day on Sunday, they was calling y'all, wasn't they? They're letting you know. And the craziest thing by being a Cowboy fan, even in those 5 weeks, they were still hating. They were still saying, see, look at the Cowboys. They think that they won the Super Bowl. Look at them, you know. They a bunch of front runners, man. Wait till they play a real team. It's quite strange to me, ladies and gentlemen, that the L.A. Rams are fighting to get to the playoffs. Can you imagine if they beat us? But they didn't. We blew them out. You see how cycling the NFL could be.
It was 80% of our games when we went on the winning streak. That was 80% of our games in the first half. But you know, we were ultra talented with our skills. So in the first half, even if the game was close, we had that look in our eyes like, bruh, this thing gonna come down to about 4 minutes left in the game. Y'all better have a bigger lead than 3 points because it ain't gonna work. Mm-hmm. You know, and so that's a great feeling. And then, but our defense, you know, I don't want to get into what it takes for these Cowboys to win.
Please,
you know,
can you?
Can I get 2 minutes?
Man, Nate about to go in, and I haven't heard all of it. I just take my guy, Coach Marv's words for it, right? When he's about to get all the way in on it, because I know when Coach Marv send me something, it's noteworthy, right? So we finna see what he's about to say. Let's get it. Come on with it.
Yeah, no, you got plenty of time.
Let me say this.
We all want to hear. Like, what's the take here?
Everybody listen up. We need this.
This was my football team. The Cowboys that I play with, I do not know that locker room. I want to say that first.
Sure.
I do not know who the leaders are. I'm not trying to knock nobody. I don't want no hard feelings, but if it is, so be it.
He knows
They do
who the
not
leaders are.
have enough I don't give a damn guys. Eric Williams, Micah Irvin, Charles Haley, Tony Tolbert,
Nathaniel Newton.
Troy Aikman.
Get it out.
James Washington. Darren Woodson. Me and Larry was free agents almost in 4th or 3rd round picks. We was like always nervous as hell. We playing with
Nate would be in the defensive back huddle talking about shut him down, let's go.
Yeah.
He's alive. You guys are meeting over there. Get over there. Get out of
Salute to your classmate. I see you in the chat. All right. Before I got to stop it because we got to do, some crosstalk on this for fair use purposes. Who are our leaders like that, though? He named a bunch of guys, man. I'm reading y'all thoughts down there in the chat, right? Who are our leaders? Shout out to you, Rainbow_3. Who are our leaders? Do Jake Ferguson, as his second year, do he get into that dog? Do he get into that dog category? Who else saw dogs over there? You know. Who else, man? You put Parsons in there. Maybe you put J-Ron, Curse, D-Law. Okay. D-Law. Who else you get in there? Okay. Who else? I'm reading y'all thoughts, man. Is Dak that dude? You know what I'm saying? I think he is, though. You know, I think Dak this year been more and more vocal.
Hey, we came on a mission. It's captured or killed.
Diggs, yeah. So I like what Will Sports Topic says. Jake, D-Law, Curse, Dak. That's it. That's it. Yeah. And the other thing is Gilmore. Gilmore is like a silent assassin over there, man. He's not a very vocal guy, but you can tell there's a lot of wisdom in there. He kind of remind me, his spirit reminds me of my grandfather. A man of few words, but the words are weighted and measured, and you better listen to what he said. You know, Zach Martin, he's one of those guys, right? Zach Martin is the only guy. I don't think Tyron Smith, he ain't that dude that's gonna do all of that talking. Hey, Anthony Hill says Curse is that, man. Look, I can't say that. And we're gonna talk about other things about Curse. They trying to break into the man's house and everything. They doxing him and everything. Look, Cowboy Nation, let's not scoop to that level, right? We want to win every game, but we 10-4. Don't be giving out the man address and stuff. Yeah, man, he stay over there by Walmart, man. Yeah, off a Beltline. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there his house is right there. Yeah, he ain't there right now. You don't see the dog outside. You know, no, come on, man. Don't do Curse like that. Don't do the man like that.
Our huddle here, but that's the pride you took.
And I tell this story all the time. I remember going to New York, and what's the great defensive lineman that's on all the TV?
Micah Strahan.
A Hall of Famer. He looked at Big E and told Big E, hey, man, it's over today. He had one of his little sidekicks with him. Mm-hmm. He's like, it's over today, dog. And Big E turned around. You talking to me? They came over. You talking to me? And he said, yeah. And he said, and Big E hit Larry Allen and said, Larry, you hit his foot. I ain't going to say what he said. But anyway, Larry had a thing where he'll put his thumb in his ear and he'll just start laughing. You know, and then he'll do that old Crip stuff and all that blood stuff. And I said, oh, my God. And Big E told Big E told him, said, man, when the game over with, you going to know my name. And he said some vicious thing. When the game was over, Big E looked at Strahan just shook his head. We went up in their stadium and took their heart, bro. You got to have a I don't give a damn attitude.
You right.
It don't matter. See, people keep asking, what's the difference between home and on the road? The difference is the attitude. I'm coming to take your house.
Yeah.
And when you get that attitude, and you can't tell me how great an athlete is, because all great athletes don't have this attitude. So, and I don't, like I said, I'm not trying to put my,
No. You speaking real stuff, man.
Don't have, but They gotta do that, man.
They gotta do that, man. And I like I say, I like the Animal Planet. I like the Wild, and I watch it even how the Lions, when they try to claim their territory, right? The first thing they do, they look for the male line and they fight them. And if they win, they kill all of the cubs. And all of the other female lions in their pack, they ain't running off. They're going to stay with the man who won. And the male lion that goes in and intrude the other territory, right? After he defeat that other male lion, right? He may keep the female lions, but he going to kill all of the boy lions, yeah. That's wildlife. And the other animal kingdom, they do the same thing. That's when they try to evade someone else's territory. So all of that nice stuff, nah, man, when we played the Bills at their crib, we should have had that lion mentality. Look, we coming out there to anything that's moving, we ceasing everything, right? That's the mantra this year, right? Did we seize the opportunity? Nope. Did we tack the middle of the field? Nope. Did we run on them? Nope. Shoot. All right, we got a super chat. Appreciate you so much for your support. Thank you. Says here from my guy 24/7, Freddie Comby says Zach Martin is the dog. Zach said, don't ever unnecessary rough up Dak, So, I mean, yeah, he let it be known. My only takeaway from Zach Martin, and I think that if he knew that official was going to throw that flag, he would have hit Tyler Rapp a little bit harder. He barely touched the man, right? And I'm quite sure even D-Law, if he knew that they were going to call that bull sugar call on Joshua Allen, he would have did more than a little gentle shove. He would have buried his head. Pause. He would have buried his helmet. Now, pause on that one. He would have just took that man's chest away, baby. That's what he would have done. Those are the realities of it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you got to always say pause on everything nowadays. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. He just barely touched Smooth, and he want to fall all out like Family Guy. Come on, man. He barely touched him. I think that if anything, the NFL really, if they care about these players, they should make those, and I know the NFL game is long, but they should make unnecessary roughness plays reviewable, right? For them to go back and second guess, right? To see whether or not they flopping. That's just me, And I'm not saying that that's the reason why the Cowboys lost, by the way. I'm not. But let's listen to the rest of this.
I'll challenge you on this, though.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to being disciplined and having the right plays and not getting penalized, it does feel like sometimes they'd have a I don't give a damn attitude.
But it's against your team. Not against the other team.
Okay, so
where is your focus?
So when you say I don't give a damn, don't give a damn about what? Don't give a like about
when Strahan challenged him.
Okay.
Big E didn't get a penalty.
Okay. All right. He probably did.
No, he didn't. They changed the rules, but he couldn't gouge.
Oh, you can't eye gouge? Okay, cool. But UFC's got that.
What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. Did we have refs in practice sometimes? We had
all the time.
We had
all the time.
And when something was very obvious, Jimmy made us pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of great podcasts, and I challenged every podcast, not yours this week, but every guy that I talk to, I say, when are y'all gonna challenge the players? Every game where we play somebody with equal or better talent, why do certain people get personal penalties? Why do certain people make bad plays? You know what? I was one of those guys. And Troy, I'm telling you, when we would go on a hard count, Troy would say, such and such play, protection this.
We're
going on a hard count. And he would grab me. Nate, we going on a hard count.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And so I would purposely be late off the ball because I used to be so nervous playing against all these Hall of Famers, so I was going to be likely that guy to jump. Mm-hmm. You got to care. Sam Williams, Coach Fossil, even though he got chewed out, he believed in Sam Williams.
He did.
Ain't nobody ever been taught to vertically jump at a punt. Everybody's taught to lay out. Even a fat guy like me know this. So you have to care first, and then you have to say, you know what, this dude can't beat me.
Right. Speaking to that level of care, and
he said, he used to see a fat guy like me. Yeah. When players are not getting enough tick. Y'all said I was on one yesterday, so I'm not finna get into the other details and speak on, entendres with y'all. But when players are not getting enough tick, they tend to press a little bit. Who's old enough to remember Cavante Turpin last year? Not getting enough touches. So when he got the touch last season, he pressed. He said, I got to make a play. I'm in the game. And then he'll fumble, right? The kickoff return. He'll fumble the punt return. Because he's pressing. He's trying to let everybody know, I can make the big play. Literally last year, even in the playoff game, he could have at least had two of them. He could have had two house calls. Pressing. Cowboys down. If I make this big play, man, if I take one to the house, man, they might put a statue out there for me. They may really see the value in me of what I can do. And he had the tunnel vision, right? He had the vision, whereas he saw nothing but, hey, I can make this big play and let a kicker catch him. I bet you he stepped back all off season, eating his oodles and noodles. Damn, kicker caught me. I could have made a difference in that game. Man, we was in a dogfight because of him. I think it was because of the Texans game. We pretty much was moving and then grooving, right? They punted, and he's like, man, this is my moment. And then he muffles the punt, right? Muffle the actual receiving end of it, right? Twice. He did it about 2 or 3 times. People like, man, come on, man. Why are you pressing so much? Because he want to let people know. So to fast forward to even Sam Williams, the dude had 267 snaps last year, somewhere around that part. 3 to 4 sacks. 2 forced fumbles, a fumble return, right? And that was only a spoonful of reps. That's equivalent to a total of 2.5 games. And we were sitting there saying, like, shoot, give him more and more opportunities. Give him more and more time. So what did Sam Williams do all offseason? He got even bigger and kept some of his speed. Oxnard rolled around. He wanted to flex everybody. He was out there flexing and showing everybody, look at these new sets of muscles I got, right? This is going to be my year. And then he realized, hey, DA got better. Fowler got better. That's what iron sharpen iron does, right? So he's in practice. He's trying to let everybody know, hey, I'm him too. So he picked a fight with one of the offensive line guys. Got his butt whooped, but hey, he picked a fight. He's pressing. He didn't get beat up, though. Didn't he get beat up? He get pushed around. But what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, when we see Sam Williams this year, he's pressing. In that first Phillies game, he bent around the corner, right? Straps, got the sack on Hurts, fumbled the ball, everything. After the fumble, they put him on the bench. He can't even get the momentum back. We've seen games where he set the edge. Get around. Shut down the run. Up, time to hit the bench. Fowler is in. DA is now in. D-Law played the entire game. He's sitting there like, man, God, dog. It's hard, man. It's hard to continue to get in rhythm when you start playing good, they pull you, right? So that's why he put out free me, and then he kind of doubled down on it, free me. He's a second-round draft pick, y'all, with only a spoonful of reps. So when Bones saw that his capabilities, because remember, our original gunners was Kelvin Joseph, in his rap CDs, right? Devin Harper. Then he was like, hey, I'm still fast. Y'all got rid of Kelvin Joseph, got rid of Devin Harper. I can be the gunner. And he's down there gunning stuff, right? So he built favor with John Fossil. He probably let John know, hey, man, I know I'm a playmaker. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. Just believe in me, man. I got you. I'm going to call a play for you. Just don't F it up. And he F'd it up. Because he's pressing. And I know y'all can see that too.
A guy who plays guard just like you did, Nate, is the kind of thing you see when Zach Martin steps up and comes to Dak's defense. Is that one of those things where you say, that's a penalty I'll live with? You're defending your quarterback. You're going to bat for your quarterback.
Everybody knew not to do that to Troy. And I'm going to tell you what started it. Them 11 sacks against Philly.
Philly, yeah.
We made up in our mind that day, even though they did it legally and whooped out behind up front.
1989.
It's like, this can't happen again. This cannot happen to our quarterback. Troy did not say a word to us.
He took a beat.
Or it could have been in 1990.
And did not say a word.
As a matter of fact, that moment I realized I never want to play quarterback.
and so I was so happy that Brother Martin did that, the butcher as they call him. I was so happy. But you got to have at least 9 of those guys on your team. 3 or 4 on offense and 4 or 5 on defense. Because your defense is what defense. I don't care what nobody say. Defense is what still win the championship.
Right.
It's called situational football. Can you get off the field or can you get a play to get the ball back to the offense?
And I'm going to partially agree and add to that.
Before he add to it, man, if you got a defense that can't stop the run 9 times out of 10, you ain't making it deep. Playoff time, playoff weather is cooler weather, right? Unless you're gonna have all your games inside, but you got to stop the run. You got to force teams to pass, make them one-dimensional. But when you use your offense as your defense, hear me out. And I'm not beating up this particular defense, nor Dan Quinn, nor the offense. But when you set up your offense to be a part of your defense, whether it be TOP or whether it be an offense that must score, let me know what travels. Oops. Did I say that out loud? What travels, y'all? Do offense travel or do defense travel? I think I'm talking too much. I'm out spitting my wisdom teeth. Oops.
Good teams, you have to be able to run the ball when you need to.
That's right.
They know it, you know it, and that's what Buffalo did. Yeah. Because when you're sitting up here asking Dak to be great the whole game, in all fairness to him, when we got to be able to run it, Big Newt, Big E, let's go. We need you guys. We need to be able to control this clock. We need a –
Yeah. Timothy says run game travel too. So teams. Hey man, you speaking my language over here. Teams that can run the ball and play good defense, especially in December, January, and get into February. Ooh, they're a dangerous team. We seen Big Ben Roethlisberger win 2 Super Bowl rings because they had fast Willie Parker and what's the kid name? God dog, Bust, Jerome Bettis. We seen the Ravens able to win Super Bowl. They had great defense. Jamal Lewis, Priest Holmes, right? Then the other version of it, they had Ray, the other Ray that got caught in the elevator. Ray Rice. Yeah. We seen the Legion of Boom, Marshawn Lynch, right? They would have had 2 Super Bowl rings. They just ran the ball, right? They play good defense. You fail to realize, man, those December games matter. Yes. Well, we almost at the tail end out of it to get into January. And Hines Ward, don't want to leave him out. I feel you, fam. Yes, indeed. Hines Ward. Yeah. Running game, power game. So if they gonna go into the conversations of talking about this, I'm gonna be a happy man. Also, we already knew how to Denver. John Elway, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. It took him almost 50 years to get the Super Bowl, but when the year he got him in there, they had Terrell Davis, TD. Good defenses. Boy, they had good defense. I think people right now watching, they used to play with the 98-99 Denver team. The one Super Bowl that Brett Favre won. Let me know who the running back was. Dorsey Levin and them, boy. Ooh. Temper him down. And they had that doggone good defense.
A 7-8 minute drive. That's where you got to be able to take over up front. And in all fairness, I love Mike McCarthy, but when you're throwing the ball on the 1 on 1st and goal back-to-back weeks, it doesn't put a lot of confidence that you can run it in there. So I'm a little old school, and again, I know they do things a little different. We're on the 1-yard line. Get those little dudes out there. We're going heavy. And let's go. Punch them in the mouth and let's get in. We need to be throwing the ball.
Because Lipke,
Hunter,
I love what
40 ounce.
He's showing now that he can be a fullback.
Yeah.
It's no way in the world I wouldn't be working him into about 4 or 5 or 6 plays now because he went in there and dug a guy out one time. I'm like,
yo, he did.
You sure? Like Broadus say, y'all got Broadus used to work with us. What happened, bro? He came back. Broadus like a cat. Anyway.
He's up to 8. Yeah.
I don't know how I got on Broadus.
Yeah.
But, bro, if we see you do it once,
You can do it
you
again.
can do it twice.
Twice, okay.
Lemke, I'm telling you.
Hunter,
Now
40 ounce.
that I see that, he would be on 30% of my run plays, especially if you're going to run Tony up the middle.
Yeah.
Take out that big. Don't rely on just your old line to take out the Mike linebackers. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Shoot. In 2007, man, I looked at our team, man. In 07, we had a great offense. I mean, we were scoring points at will. We were moving the ball easily. Just couldn't stop that doggone run. We couldn't stop that run. We could talk about the Patrick Creighton drop. That happened in the third quarter, by the way. People thought that happened in the fourth. You had plenty of time. Now, granted, that play, he catches that. Maybe he hit his head on the goalpost. Maybe they'll take the wheel away from the Giants, right? But there was 2 running backs we just couldn't stop, dog. And we wasn't about that life. We still had Carbo on our mind or whatever it was. I don't know. But that big old running back, number 27, forgot his name, tip of my tongue. He ran straight through us like dog diarrhea. And it's quite strange to us that, like, most of our playoff ends on teams being able to run it down us. Run it down on us like dog diarrhea. I promise y'all go back and watch that game and say, yeah, Jacobs. What was his first name? Brandon. Was it Brandon Jacobs? And what was the other? Yeah. They were running it. Run! Stop the run! And when he became a free agent, I was still like, I want him on my side. I always wanted a big bruiser back on our side. We just never liked those guys, right? Get them so they won't go somewhere else. I'm still having nightmares and hot flashes and everything else with C.J. Anderson, the way he ran on us. It looked like he felt like he still ran. You know, that's why a lot of us got PTSD. When we just seen a guy by the name of James Cook looking like Marshall Faulk out there, man. Come on, man. Bradshaw, yeah, it was the other kid. Yeah. Giving you flashbacks at this, right, Paul? Shoot. Got to stop this run, man. Troy Hambrick. Troy Hambrick was that dude that a lot of people was like, hey, man, bench Emmett, put Troy in. Troy looked like he's explosive. And then Troy got out there with that number 42, looked like a refrigerator with legs, man, that couldn't move a pile, man. And then when we got Eddie, we got old Eddie. You remember Eddie George over here? He wasn't the same. We were telling the Cowboys, like, nah, watch. Cowboys going to end up getting Derrick Henry 2 years from now. And they'll be like, hey, man, what happened to Derrick? You're like, you're about 4 or 5 years too late. You know, come on, man. Yeah. James Cooks gave us the business. And, yeah. So this game, we got to play against A-Chain, who's fast, get to the edge. We got to play against Mostert, who got the fountain of youth. He's 31 and a half, and he running, dog. He's running. We did have Marion the Barbarian, right. We did have him. But Marion, it was weird because when we got him, you know, it was like in that weird spot of the Cowboys era. You know what I'm saying? It was a weird spot. Like a lot of people still believed in Jason Garrett. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people knew better. And people had great deed of patience. People were saying, hey, trust the process. He's going through growing pains. Remember that patient? Because Jerry Jones was still burnt of letting Sean Payton slip through, right? And didn't trust his instincts, so he thought for sure that Jason Garrett was that dude. And think about this. Look how crazy the world is, right? What's the coach for – let me flip back over. What's the coach for the Ravens? What's his name? What's the coach for the Ravens right now? He's still there. Harbaugh. What's his full name? I keep getting them mixed up. Jim or John. Let me just read you. What's it for? He's John Harbaugh. The craziest thing ever. Close your eyes and imagine if Jerry Jones didn't intercepted that, because what was going to happen is Jason Garrett was going to get that job. And that's when Jerry Jones said, no, I'm not going to let one of my sons go. And can you imagine if we just went and got John? You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine John Harbaugh was this coach, over here? Hey, it would have been a whole different world for us, right? We would have been having, I think somewhere on Earth 13, John is our coach over here, right? And he's been the coach over here for all of these years. But that's the coach that Jerry Jones was like, hey, Jason Garrett got this interview to go to the Ravens, and he's going to be the next guru guy, right? And I don't want to let him go. I don't want him to go to the Ravens. I'm going to give him a big-time raise. I'm going to give him all of the money that he needs. I'm going to pay him just equivalent to what Wade Phillips getting, That's crazy, huh? It didn't work out right, R.I.P. to the Barbarian. All right, man. Hey, we had a great day today, right? I appreciate y'all, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. Salute to Coach Marv for it's a damn good show. Yes, indeed. Mindset. They talk about mental mindset, how they need to get Hunter involved. 3rd and 1. It should be a no-brainer. Hey, play it off of him or run it with him on 3rd and 1. That should be the calling card. Get the fresh set of downs and keep going, right? Whew. All right, and with that being said, let me get y'all thoughts and y'all mindsets on this, and make it quick, ladies and gentlemen, and we get things going. We're gonna open up the phone lines for your thoughts and your score predictions and everything like that. We're gonna try to do the conversation. Everybody want to be right. Nobody want to be wrong. 657-390-7391 is the hotline for your mind. Appreciate y'all. Come on. Appreciate you, Luna Love. Thank you for the likes. Sumo, appreciate you. Gap Integrity, set the edge. Yep. Come on.
There are 2 participants in the conference.
2 participants.
All participants are muted.
How many we should let in, though, 662, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me.
What's up, Law? What's up, man?
Nothing much, man.
I can see it's not too many dogs on the team, man. But we got like I said, Dak, Jake, D-Law, Curse, Zach Martin. But like I said, Michael can be a dog, man. But Mike, man, he too friendly, man. He's too busy to worry about swiping jerseys after the game and stuff, man. Man, come on now.
Yeah, he do have that.
I want Michael Parsons to take it to the next level. I want him to have that dog in him. He talked about he a lion. A lion ain't friendly, man.
Yeah.
A lion ain't friendly. You gotta go out there and be a dog out there, man. That's my problem with Mike, man. He doing his podcast and stuff, man. Man, leave that stuff alone after the season, man. This right here playoff time. And I hope somebody in the Cowboy lock organization tell him, hey, man, we want to the playoffs, put that podcast away.
You know what? It's let me know if my audio is straight, y'all. I had to turn it down. I know whenever I open up the phone line, the audio get mixed up. But I want to say this though, bro. It's a con and pro with this podcast stuff, and I think it's here to stay. But the Cowboys can get in front of it with contracts, right? Instead of having that revenue going to others like Bleacher Report and beyond. And I'm not trying to shoot down anybody's pockets, Bleacher Report, because speaking of Bleacher Report, we got some that we working on in a few weeks here too. But what I'm saying is maybe the owner could get in front of it and say, hey, podcast for us, you know what I'm saying? At least you can, control it a little bit, because I do think that it's necessary, but it's also not necessary to have a 1 or 2 hour session talking about, the game. And we still not over it, and they over it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like he had a podcast Monday, the next day after the game.
Hell yeah. I'm telling you, we still licking our wounds.
And that's right there that irked my nerves and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not in panic mode.
No.
We don't lose back-to-back games. But I expect them guys to come out here, go out there on Sunday and respond good, man, and beat Miami. It's going to be a tough matchup because of their speed, but the Cowboys, man, knowing this team, they good to bounce back, man.
They are.
After we lost against the Niners, people writing us off against the Chargers, saying that we were gonna lose.
Yeah.
But I believe in this team, and we're gonna be all right, man.
We're gonna be all right, man. Let's be victorious. And appreciate you for calling in, fam. That's Will.
I appreciate it.
Good call from him. Yeah, it's just a new flavor now, and someone says that's just part of the NFL now. Timothy says can't call all, but that's just a new NFL. We're gonna have to get used to it. We're gonna have to get used to it, and let their voices be, a reason. If the pandemic didn't teach us anything, it taught a lot of people that you can have studios at your crib, right? You don't have to go inside the studios, right? So with that being said, let's have a studio at your crib. Let's get things going and let's talk about your experiences and be your therapy. So that just I don't think it's going anywhere, right? And the new NIL agreement, I don't think that's going anywhere. We got kids now pulling up to the school in Ferrari. So what I would tell the youth, and we got a lot of training camps that's going to come up in the near future, is treat this like a profession. When you're in middle school, get ready, prepare yourself for 4 years of high school that you can make generational money, man, when you get to college or a little bit before then. There's a quarterback I think plays for Texas, right? Longhorns. He making more money than Brock Purdy. He's still in school. He still got curfew and stuff like that, and still got homework and stuff. Shoot, give me 2.5, give me 3, 8, 10 million. I'm set for life. I'll diversify that portfolio real good. But that's just the reality of it, ladies and gentlemen. I got Brandon from the 815. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix?
What's up, love? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I ain't talked to you. We talked to each other Saturday, and I hadn't talked to you since Sunday.
Okay.
And I just was calling to check, see what's going on with Dak fans. But I do want to give you your flowers, though.
Go ahead.
I do want to give you your flowers, though, because you've been saying this for so long. To me, it's crazy.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
Keep going.
Why is Micah Parsons not playing linebacker? Like, you've been preaching this for a long time. Like, I hate that this is now like, oh, well, maybe he should have. No, Law Nation been saying this, and I've been agreeing. Like, we got to stop with that. To me, he should have been, especially now that we see clearly we are weak at that position. I agree with you. Get our best run stoppers in and have Micah Parsons playing linebacker. I wanted to get that out the way because it needs to be repeated.
Yeah, like I said from here, Brandon, I look at it like situational. We all big in basketball. I look at my guy like the Black Mamba. He was able to be the point guard, small forward, shooting guard. It just, hey, I'm going to distribute this. But when it's time for me to go for the kill shot, it's on me, right? And I think that Parsons could be that guy, and he is that guy, especially when teams are run heavy. Just put him in position to win, not to lose. And maybe that's on the coaching there. And hopefully they'll make the necessary adjustments and get things going.
I just agree with this so much. Like, to me, it seems like a no-brainer, but, that's above my pay grade. Also, I want to also say, guys, one of the things, amongst a lot of things that I say on here, I say our defense should be our lead unit. It should be our lead unit. And I believe it is our lead unit. But, guys, let's not forget, 90% of the time, our defense shows up. Like, okay, they didn't play their best against Buffalo, but that game was in reach. That was a game that a force multiplier would have helped your defense out. Like, I don't want us to be so like down on the defense. It's ridiculous. We don't criticize other players on the team, but we'll dog the defense, a unit that has basically shown up week in, week out for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
I hate what some of you guys do to them. It's disgusting. Y'all need to cut it out, and it's more Dak fans that do that. So y'all must not be Cowboy fans. I'm gonna just say, well, that's what y'all say to me. So I'm just being for real. Y'all must not be Cowboy fans. Law.
What up?
I don't know how much time I get, but if you want, I don't, cause
we got about 9 folks waiting. So yeah, make it snappy. Yeah, what you got?
Okay. Well, I'm just cut to the chase. Law. At the end of the day, the team needs to be carried by somebody. When things are ugly, when you don't have the sleep number mattress, when you don't have cookies and milk, when everything's not going your way, at some point you have to stand up, Law. At some point you have to say, hey, this may not be working, that might not be working, but damn it, I'm gonna stand up today.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you, hey, it's gonna have to happen. I think y'all know who I'm talking about. I want to say shout out to Law Nation, shout out to the nation.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. In the words of Skywalker, he said in closing, right? And my guy, Coach, not Coach, but Uncle Charles, Coach Uncle Charles. You might well say that. I would say this though. He did step up in that Seattle Seahawks game, right? We've seen moments and shades of that, and there's multitudes of games that we've seen for step up. Now, is he the force multiplier? Wait. We don't win that game if it wasn't for four.
No, I don't want to stop your roll.
No. I'm picking up what you're putting down, right? Okay. So I get all of that. When I tell my brother I was wrong on Christian McCaffrey, right? I told my brother I was wrong on him because I had my guy Tony Pollard better than Christian. And how foolish do I look now, right? And I was telling him that he is the ultimate force multiplier for the 49ers, right? When there's a play that needed to be made, he would turn 5 into 15. And if there's 15 there, he would turn that into a touchdown. That is what he brings to the table. He by far is a force multiplier for that particular team. And then they got many guys that can also play off of that, like the Debos of the world. And I'm not picking this thing to say that the 49ers are undefeated in that particular category when everybody's healthy. But what I'm saying is that they are in tune. They believe in their philosophy. Right. When the Cowboys were not getting things going in the Bills game, there was a guy by the name of Tony Pollard that was averaging about 5 to 7 yards per tote. I think that the Cowboys should have reared in and said, instead of trying to throw the ball everywhere, let's give it to him until they figure that part out. And I think that it's the small things that we do that sometimes get us in the wrong spot. But all I'm going to say here is that we haven't seen back-to-back terrible games from this team. And we'll see how they respond after they get hit in the jaw.
No, can I have a quick rebuttal to that?
Go ahead.
People say that, but I don't know that people believe that. My biggest thing is I don't care about numbers. I just want to win. But oftentimes I hear your callers and Dak fans talking about numbers. Do we want the Super Bowl or not? It's that cut and dry for me.
Yeah.
I don't care
Yeah. I get all of that. I get all what you're saying. But in departing, Josh Allen wasn't a difference maker in that game, right?
No, he didn't need to be. Some saying no, it did.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, Dak.
Let's put that to bed.
To me, Dak is better than Joshua Allen. To me. Let me be delusional. Let me do.
That's long life.
Oh yeah, okay. So Joshua, but there goes to show you that you need a team to win. You don't need an individual. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I appreciate you. let me hear you say it, man. Let me hear you say it, bro.
How about those Cowboys? That's bro.
Yeah. Hey, man, y'all crucify me like this doggone law, man. I can't take him serious no more. He think Joshua Allen is not better, you know what I'm saying, than Dak. He think that Dak Prescott is better than Joshua Allen. Okay, well, hey, leave me alone. Let me be delusional over here. Let me be delusional law. But just to be real with y'all, to my guy Brandon's logic there, they didn't trust Joshua Allen to throw the ball everywhere, because that would have been the argument. If we were to even win in the same fashion, people would have been saying that they don't trust Dak Prescott to throw the ball everywhere, so therefore he is a game manager. Look, Josh Allen was a damn good game manager in that game. Let me know if I'm wrong. And do y'all think the same outcome would have been the same if Joshua Allen threw the ball for 30 times? Let me know. That's all I'm saying. That means, did they trust Joshua Allen or did they didn't? That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I got the 951. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on with you? You're live.
What's up, Lord? How's it going, man?
Hey, doing great. Great.
Okay, two things. I called in a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to go ahead and say it again. Didn't you tell LB... Hey, you haven't played the teams we played yet, man.
Right. You talking about the Eagles. Yeah, they haven't played. Look, they're going to lose to them Cards. They're going to lose probably this weekend.
That's two. That's two. You got the Niners and you got the Seahawks. So I wanted to give you your flowers on that.
Yeah.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
Yeah. Keep going.
And then my second point was, oh my goodness, I forgot my second point. I think my second point was, and I just do it sometimes just because I just like to hear the foolery. But obviously the Eagles lost 3 in a row. Jalen Hurts continues to get worse. Ooh. And if you listen to speak, everything is funny. Oh, hey, they gonna bounce back. Oh, Hurts still MVP, but when Dak loses when the Cowboys lose one game, they're done.
They're done. Man, you know what they said? They said the Cowboys been on a losing streak, and I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, what year he's talking about? When the last time we was on a losing streak? Yeah, I mean, come on, man. And they love to move the goalposts, and they were saying that basically the Eagles and the Cowboys are in the same shape. Come on, man. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I just I mean, at the end of the day, you could try to finesse it or dress it up as much as possible, but it is what it is. You want to sit there and talk about numbers, we could talk about numbers. You want to talk about performance, we could talk about performance. But I mean, at some point, as in I say, quote, these NFL analysts, you got to do your job right. If whether you were an ex-Eagle, oh, by the way, did Keyshawn Johnson play for the Cowboys? I'm like, damn, that guy hates the Cowboys, man.
Him and Richard Sherman.
And Richard Sherman too. But I wanted to tell you, hey, if you haven't checked out that Richard Sherman podcast with Gilly, have you checked that out?
Yeah, I saw somebody hit me up with pieces of it on Twitter, so I might play a little bit of it when I get off the phone. Let me do this. Let me lock it up because we got too many people.
The conference has been locked.
But break it down before you go.
No, just real quick. I just it kind of worried me just a bit, and I know Micah Parsons is still very young. But the things that he said that he asked Gilly like, what do you see from Micah Parsons and stuff like that? He said he's a great player, but he just wants him to take the weight room seriously. And I was like, damn, did he really say that like that? He wanted him to focus on his diet a little bit more seriously. And I'm like, damn, it's like you said, you don't want to leave no stone unturned. But I'm like, come on, Micah, man. Like, you can say I'm biased. I honestly think Micah Parsons is the most gifted a defensive player out there right now.
Yeah.
But you cannot not leave no stone unturned. Bust out the weight room, bro. Make sure look, I'm not no professional on anything, but those little things really count, man. If you got to go in there and bust out the weight room, you don't want no one telling you, hey, man, you're not taking the weight room serious. You're not taking your diet serious. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say that was kind of like an eye-opener. It's good to hear from him, but I don't like to hear those things from your teammate. He wasn't bashing him.
Right.
He was just saying, I would like to see him take the weight room more serious.
You know what? Those cut deeper than when you bashing someone, because that comes from a level, and I have to hear the tone, and Gilly monotone anyways, but I'm gonna have to still hear the tone and the facial expressions and what led up to it. On why he's talking. And that's one thing that we kind of do a lot of with these podcasts. And if you notice the trend of these podcasts, normally they are veteran led, right? They are guys who are already on the end of their career or already won a Super Bowl or ring. Well, Parsons, he haven't done none of that. He's still wet. He haven't got his first contract yet, or second contract yet. So we'll find out, man. I'm gonna listen to it, man. Appreciate you for calling in, bro.
So let me go ahead and say, yeah, here we go. How about them Cowboys? Hey, Lord, keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, man. Hey, he gave me homework, man. I'm definitely gonna look into that podcast from a objective point of view. If you watch that podcast already, let me know, right? Just give me a thumbs up and say, yeah, Lord, yeah, check it out. You won't waste your time. But I will say this though. I'm not concerned of Parsons. I'm not worried of Parsons. I just have reservations, on the way he moves in that particular light. On the field, hey, warrior troop, dog, I love all of that. Off the field, hey, he can do whatever he wants. But speaking, people like to take your words and twist them and use them against you. And by you being a guy, all it takes is perspective and connotations on how they view you, right? So it's just what it is. I got Sunday from the 970. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks.
How about them Cowboys?
Hey, I said we going 13-4, Sonny. Hey, we on pace now. We just got to win the last 3.
Don't panic. Don't panic.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening? We beat Miami. What's the narrative going to be there? Depends on how we win it.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a good momentum when we beat Miami. I don't want to say if. When we beat them.
I think we really are.
Yeah.
Yes, I really do. And as far as trading Michael Parsons, the only way I would trade him is if Kansas City wanted to trade Mahomes straight across. That'd be the only player I would trade him for.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, talking about trading, what's his name out of Cincinnati? I heard on the radio this morning on the NFL show on the radio, I was going to the doctor. Joe Burrow. People are talking about trading him.
Oh, they out on Joe Burrows?
Yeah, they're
Injury
just
guy.
stupid.
His backup quarterback looking good, though. His backup quarterback looking good.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to be okay, folks.
We are.
We're going to be just. Hey, when's the last time a team had two on the defensive side lead in interceptions one year, then go back to second year and have a different player, do the same thing?
Only the Cowboys can do that,
Yeah.
And only looking at our defense for what we love about our passing defense, we know that it could have been better if we had Trayvon Diggs in the mix. So, so that is a great way to look at this defense collectively speaking, Sonny.
Yeah, we just got to get Miami into throwing the ball. We got to jump on them early, build up,
Yep, you got to.
Be a tough game. I'm not saying it's going to be a light game, but everybody's beatable.
No doubt, Sonny.
They were really. How come they lost 3 games in a row? Just teams go through that.
Teams go through a little slump there. So Sonny, before I let you go now, what's the game plan for this weekend?
We're going to kick the shit out of Miami is what my game plan.
Kick this out of them, huh?
Even if he does play linebacker and we get ran out of there, what do you say then?
Oh, well, hey, at least we try something different. If they still put up if they run for 200, Yeah. But if they run for look, this is how I look at it. If Damone Clark was able to get 11 to 12 tackles last game, right? And that's Damone Clark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that Michael Parson is more athletic than Damone Clark. And nothing to sneeze at on Damone Clark part of it. So I think that with Parsons, he probably rally chase, get there a little tick earlier, and he make it force a fumble. He make it force the opposition to get out of their run suit. And maybe instead of them thinking that they got to pass the ball run so quickly, maybe they'll pass the ball a little bit more, and we have somebody to pick it off.
Buffalo game, but we didn't call it. We should have thrown a red flag on that one.
No doubt. But I appreciate you, Sonny. I appreciate you, Sonny. I thank you so much for calling in.
Going. And how about them Cowboys?
No doubt. Queen, I know you're trying to call in, but we got this line longer than Shaq's feet, and I'll be here all the way to 4 or 5 o'clock if I open up the phone line again. So unfortunately, I gotta shut it down. We got too many people in here. I got 100 grand with the plan from the 201. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Well, man, listen here, dog. We're going to lose on Sunday, my dog.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute.
What more do you want from me?
So it's going to be Misery Monday again on Christmas? This Christmas will be a very special Christmas.
But listen.
I don't want your future. I don't want your future. I don't want to hear what you saying, man.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Well, wait a minute. This could be some reverse psychology stuff, man, because you said we were going to drag the Bills. He said, Law, hey, man, I'm going to be real with you. We're going to drag the Bills. Shoot. This your first time this year being wrong, because you were right against the Cards.
I was wrong. Yeah. That was my first time. I was wrong.
They gave you a new nickname. They gave you a new name now. 100 pesos. They don't call you 100 grand no more.
All the times I was right, though? Come on now. Come on now. Did I not say we was going to go on these streaks? Did I not say that?
You didn't say that.
I not behave,
and I still owe you. I still owe you that.
I know it's Christmas. You know what I mean? You know, you got to do what you got to do for the fan first. Don't worry about me. You got to do what you got to do for the fan. You know, but Law, listen.
How we gonna lose? Break it down, man. Break it down, man.
Listen, Law, they run game is serious, man, and that's the thing that really concerns me. You're not gonna stop that in 1 week, man. And then another thing, remember last year, Law, where we used these games for like practice. So do you think they really? If you look at the playoff standings, we're not going to catch the 1 seed. And we're not going to get the 2 seed. Look at the Eagles' schedule. Look who they got. So the Cowboys already know we got the 5th seed. There's nothing we can do about it. So why would you make all these changes leading into the playoffs? And that's my line of thinking, Law. Why would you make all these changes to win meaningless games when y'all is focused on the playoffs? Law, I think we focused on the playoffs.
You think we are?
I'm not saying we focus. I'm not saying they're gonna make some little changes, you might see 1 or 2 plays. Oh, they did that and it worked. Why they didn't go back to it? Law, they focused on the playoffs. These games mean nothing. I'm telling you right now.
I'm looking for my panic. There you go. There you go. I finally found it.
Do not care about these 3 games.
They showed me
something last year, Law. They showed me something last year when they came out and said we didn't care about that Washington game, and they was practicing for the playoffs 3-4 weeks before that. Did they not say that?
Wait a minute, though.
Now you don't have Kevin Moore in there doing his little boom, boom, boom. You just got Mike and Dan. Think about it, Law. You just got Mike and Dan. There's no Kevin Moore in there that we got to get him in line. It's just Mike and Dan. And if they practice for the playoffs 4 weeks before last year, Why wouldn't they do it again this year, Long? Think about it.
I'm
thinking they just did that last year, and they not going to come back and do it again this year.
But what about the kids, man? Man, they do
care about these games. Don't care about
wait
these
a minute.
These
We're
last games,
safe.
Law,
Wait a minute. Hold on, bro. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm telling you.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that the Cowboys not going to care that we finna get drugged or something like that when we putting Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor on December the 30th?
If we win, Law, it's great. But they practicing for the playoffs. These are scrimmages for the playoffs, Law. I'm telling you right now. I'm not going to be woo-woo by how they look because I know they're practicing for the playoffs, dog.
Let me build.
Let me.
100 grand, man. I never ever thought in 100 years that I will be hearing you waving with my white flag. I gotta wave my white flag for these next 3 games because hey, we look. Let me. Now it's time for me to say this. You know, I let you speak. You know, you my brother from a different mother. You know,
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
The 49ers got to play the Ravens, right, this week, right, on Monday, on Christmas, right. They got to play the 49ers Ravens.
Yeah.
Did you see the 49ers lose 3 games in a row?
Yes, I did.
After they played us. They looked like they were shambles. And all it took was for Trent Williams to go down. It took for Debo to go down, and they didn't look the same. Just two guys. What kind of team what kind of team are the Ravens? Are they a physical team?
I think they're finesse.
They finesse physical, however you want.
Finesse.
Oh man, don't do my guy Roquan like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you, man, this any given Sunday, and if we already waving the white flag, man, the Niners can literally go on a doggone losing spree around this mug, then we would have had chances. We would have had chances, ladies and gentlemen, to have the number 1 seed. I'm fighting for the number 1 seed. We going 3-0, baby. Come on, man. Come on.
I don't think Law. When you focus on the game, when you focus on the playoffs, it don't matter where you play at. That's the 4-letter networks talking that nonsense. Law, I'm trying to tell you. Didn't they go into Tampa Bay and kick their you-know-whats? Okay? Law,
yeah, they did.
I'm trying to tell you, they focused on the playoffs, Law. You got to look at
But wouldn't that been better? Wouldn't it be better? Wouldn't it be better if we just be at the crib, though?
It don't matter. It don't. Law, why would you scheme up and show your card and show your hand in the regular season? We all know Mike McCarthy hold plays back, Law. Did he not say, Law, listen to the president. Did he not say how he hold plays back?
He did say that.
Didn't Dan Quinn do different matchups when the playoffs came? Oh, my God, why is he playing there? Well, why would you do that in the regular season? Then when the playoffs come, you got nothing to switch it up with.
So you saying that we
different.
We sandbagging so that we can get to the playoffs.
Yes.
I want us to go. I don't like that. I don't want that.
Law,
I don't want that philosophy.
The playoffs is 0. Law, in the playoffs is 0-0. In the playoffs, everything notches up. Law, you need different plays in the playoffs. You know that. We've been watching football how long?
Bro.
The Giants turned it on in the playoffs, and they was the last seed. They turned it on, right? It don't matter where you go. As long as you get in there. It
do matter here.
Okay.
Because hear me out. In closing, from that rationale, hear me out. If we don't try to win these last 3, and the Eagles win their last 3, and the 49ers fool around and get broken up by the Ravens and they lose their last 3, guess who will have number 1 seed through the playoffs?
Hey, Law.
And the rest. Oh, man. Did it matter last year?
When you get knocked off, Law.
Wait a minute.
It don't matter when you get knocked off.
I'm not finna.
It don't matter when you get knocked. We seen number 1 seeds lose in the first round.
We didn't see the Eagles.
Green
you know,
Bay went 15-1.
The Eagles will have a week off to repair, rest up, and whether it be Jalen Hurts' knee, the psyche of the Eagles fan base, it be us. I don't want that, bro. We got to play these last 3 games like it means everything.
Hey, Law. It don't matter when you better than them.
Wait a minute.
Look,
well,
I'm trying to tell you.
I want to be better
I'm trying to tell you the Cowboys' main focus in the playoffs is the 49ers.
Bro, I know that.
Else.
I know that.
Law, I'm trying to tell you.
Before I let you go, 100 grand. Hold on. Were we better than the Eagles week 9? Yes or no?
Yes.
And did we lose? We lost. We were better than them. We was at their crib 100 grand. That's all I'm saying. Appreciate you, bro. He gone. Bro, at least he got a chance to say, yes, I'm not buying that, man. Come on, man. Look, I'm trying to secure home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I know what my record is at the crib. You know what I'm saying? I know what my record is on the road. But I'm trying to squeeze out these last 2 road games and change that up. And I know what we need to do against Detroit at the crib. I know what we need to do, man. I know what we need to do, man. I got Swayze, man, for the 908, man. Tell me, man, what's on your heart, man? What's on your heart?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's on my heart is basically, like, this is a wait-and-see approach. After the loss, my emotions calmed down a little bit. To be honest with you, I've been looking at contracts. I've been looking at free agency from last year, defensive tackles. I mean, Fletcher Cox was re-signed by the Eagles for 1 year, $10 million. I wish you would gave him that contract instead of Michael Gallup. That's just another story, bad decision from ownership. But it really just comes down to stopping the run. Because, like, again, it started with the 2018 season when we couldn't stop the L.A. Rams. They were just running it down our throats. And ever since then, like, it just seems like we've been trying to fix that issue with Band-Aids instead of buying premium pricing for that specific position. Like, the last time that we held that position in high regard was Jimmy Johnson, which we drafted Russell Maryland with the number 1 pick, right? A defensive tackle with the number 1 pick, because Jimmy Johnson, as a football guy, knew that
Russell
that's
Maryland,
the number 1 thing in football you have to do is stop the run. And we're not able to do that. It's going to be really hard. Like, what we can do is just hope that people get bullied so much. It's times where, as a man, you need to stick up for yourself. So hopefully, like, when the playoffs start, from an emotion standpoint, they might not have the talent to stop the run, but maybe they get tired of getting bullied all the time. I mean, that's the only thing we could hope for.
Yeah. All I could say is if we look into the contracts, we look at how a team is built, yes, you want to build from the trenches all the way out, middle into the outside. I feel you on that. And Cowboys, we need a center, and we need probably more reinforcements inside. Mozzie may take a minute, or or we can go with like this. The quickest way to do that would be like the 49ers, what they did. They went and got a proven commodity, because they still waiting on Javon Kinlaw to be their interior guy. Look how long it's been, right? So it takes time sometimes for interior guys to do it. Yeah, so I feel exactly what you're saying.
But you don't have the time, because Dak Prescott is 3 years old. Like, I know I talk about Dak Prescott a lot, but, like, he is good enough to win a Super Bowl. He's 30 at this point. You gotta get what I'm saying? I don't want to wait till he turns 34, 35 like Tony Romo and say, oh, now we have a inside defense. We can stop the run now. Now we have a chance. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, they always do things where it's too late. Oh, shucks. Like, we should have never done that. Yeah. And that's the problem when it's a family-run business, because, like,
the sense of urgency, the sense of urgency would not be there as potent as someone else, like Howie.
Exactly.
Hey, look, right now, Howie's back in the doghouse. He's back on the hot seat. Believe it or not, they cursing out Howie over there in Eagles land. So, whereas if we make the same move and it don't work for us, then move on to next year, or keep doing it.
Move on to next year, like.
Yeah. But I feel you, Swayze. You got any more objective points?
Also, I heard you say about Tony Pollard. You said, hey, we should have just kept running with Tony Pollard. We tried to in that drive with Tony Pollard when we got 3 points out of it. But the reason why we had 3 points is because I believe it was either second or third down. It was like 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1. We tried to run up the middle, and Tony Pollard got stopped by the cornerback.
Oh,
and
2nd and 1?
That's
Yeah.
the difference between –
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference between an elite running back and someone that's a second running back. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like, he's not a $10 million running back because an elite running back, when playoffs – now, I understand it's not the playoffs, but it was a playoffs type atmosphere. They're not getting stopped by a skinny cornerback.
Running the ball is mentality and mindset too. So they should have, even though he got stuffed on that play, they could have just brought it back with Hunter Lukey. You know what I'm saying? I think that the other drive killer for us was one of those series we went pass, 3 passes in a row, and all of those passes were on the outside, and he was giving us the middle of the field. So that series was terrible too. I think we just didn't really plan against the Bills properly. But appreciate you, man. It's a good observation, though, man. Good observation, though.
But I feel what you're saying. It's just that I just felt like that was a bad calculation from our part. And don't get me wrong, Tony Pollard, he's a decent $3 million a year running back, but a premium at $10 million, that money could have been used elsewhere in the trenches. A second better wide receiver. You kind of get what I'm saying? It just, I feel like that was a bad calculation. I feel like we paid Tony Pollard because we felt like he's a good employee instead of he's a, you know what I'm saying, a future running back for the next 2 to 3 years. You kind of get what I'm saying?
That I do agree with you. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna hang up and listen to the rest of the show.
No doubt, man. Good call from him, man. Appreciate you, man. That's my guy Swayze. All right, let me give it out. I got 469. I got VIP, and then we got Marv. We're going to close out with Banks, man. 469, what's on your mind, man? Talk to us.
Yo, good afternoon, Law Nation. This is Los, new number here.
Los, man.
By the way.
What's good?
Hey, so to my 2 points real quick, man, and I'm out of here. And I'm sorry if I'm a little lazy, but I'll try to make it quick. Quarterback and head coach / offensive coordinator is, I think, the best formula for success. However, you've got to have it, and it takes time. And you got to have the blocks for it in front of you to put a team to succeed. Because if you falter for a minute, you're already a year behind in this league, Law. And we're trying to have all the answers to a test with our first year, Mike McCarthy calling plays, Dak being in this Texas coach system, so-called. And I'll give him this to Mike McCarthy. He's adapted. Other than any coach we have all ahead, he's adapted. And that gives us a chance. And why am I saying this? If you look ahead of playoffs, all the teams in the NFC or AFC you're going to face, you see them, they have built off their team, and they have their scheme and identity. And don't be fooled with his calm demeanor, looking like a real celebrity out here like VIP says. And, hey, who knows? He might steal your girl because he can scheme the shit out of his team to score points. And that's Mike McDaniel. That dude right there, I highly respect his football intelligence, how he sees the game. And he's one of my top head coaches, offensive coordinators I have on my list. And I'll give it to you. I'll give you my list another day, Law, because I think I'll give you some homework. I think you should make your own video and ranking system of the best play callers, offensive coordinators going into the big dance, because this team this week, this is a good test to what we face up ahead and momentum to next week. And my second point to close, this defense has to show a fight. I have no problem with losing because, in order to succeed in life, you got to fail. But it's in the way you lose. You can't allow yourself to be bullied again, because if there's any team that uses their backs to extend their best plays, these 2 weeks are it. You're going to face the greatest test, in my opinion. And off you go to the big party to see if you can get that dance with that fine lady, which is that Super Bowl. So let's see if we can hit a MF, I'm not trying to cuss, MF in the mouth and fight. Because if we lose to a shootout to a desperate team that's trying to lock a playoff spot, so be it. But let's keep building recipes to succeed, because we can't falter any more seconds. That's all I got to say, Law. DC for life. Let's go, Cowboys.
Let's go, man. That's good. That's a good homework assignment to break down, like, the remaining top, coordinators, off top of my head, as far as play callers, play designs, you will have to throw into the mix Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniels, them 1 and 2, right? And then you would probably have to throw in what Mike McCarthy stands at with that on the final teams. Do he call plays better than Sean McVay? That trio right there, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniels, Sean McVay. That's going to be in these playoffs. You can say how the busy work going with the Detroit Lions, but I'll have to fall back and see how they play against us. But you got to throw Mike McCarthy in there. You can throw in the AFC, the Ravens offensive coordinator over there, or you can just say basically that's all Lamar. But there's so many things, there's so many layers to this that is crazy, right? Keith said, Mike McCarthy is near the bottom, dog. Yes, he's the bottom. I got VIP, man. You're live from the 860. You're on the Nation. Talk to us.
Law is VIP, baby. Law, I'ma sing to you. All I need in this life is sin is Micah in my defense.
Keep
I
going.
love finger effing you all of a sudden when I'm busting. Niggas ducking and taking numbers. When they ducking and taking numbers, that's why they not the 300. I know this is Slurpee season. I know he could not wait. He couldn't wait to get that B out of his mouth so he could come up here and drool his slurp all over this mic. Well, I come to regulate. Yes, bruh, I'm on your heels. B, coming here talking that talk about my Q. You looking. What you looking at? What you looking for, B? What you need to be looking at is what you just talked about. You spoke truth. Josh Allen, his whole career, he's had double-digit turnovers. His whole career. So why is he on such a goddamn pedestal when it comes to being targeted? Bro, he had under 100 yards.
Yeah.
So, cut it out, B. Cut, I hate to see grown man ride another man's D. All right, Brandon? Okay, yeah, you, B. I told you, you can look me up. I'm 10 toes down out here. You can look me up. You can hit me at the All Love Show. Anytime you want to talk, we can talk. But I'm not going to have you come talk about nothing about my QB. Now, one thing I want to agree with little Slurpee home is stop talking about my defense. Michael Parson took an L last week. That's the first time I could say the Lion took an L. But guess what, Lord? Lord, you know the law. You know that when they talked about the act of 300 in the good word law, when they spoke about when 300, he said, "Look, I don't need 3,000. I just need 300." And how did he determine that 300, Lord? Do you know?
Hey, man, break it down.
I'm gonna put you on real quick, Law. When they went to drink, he said anybody that's a Slurpee and put their knees on the ground and drinking with their head down, we not around for. I need people that's drinking with their head up, looking, with their head on a swivel, Law, ready for war at all times, Law. That's how he determined that 300. So the Slurpee's like Brandon that's got his knees down, his head down, slurping, gagging with the no gag order. We don't need that, B. We don't need it. And, for the first time, I was almost upset with my brother 100 because I love 100. That's my bro. I'm going to give him a pass. I'm going to act like I ain't even hear what he said because in my mental, there is no lose. Every time I step on that field, I play to win. We play to win the game. If you got a problem with my energy, you come match it. You got a problem with Lovey, you got a problem with VIP, you come see me. But I refuse to have you on my Lord Nation talk about my quarterback or my defense.
In closing.
What side?
In closing.
Ain't closing, Law. I go see my therapist tomorrow, Lord.
Okay.
Because I need therapy, Lord. But I love you, Lord. I just want to let you know I'm wishing you and your family happy holidays. Yo, show the girl, tell the girls Uncle VIP said I'm 10 toes down. If anybody steal their candy in school, I'm outside.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Hey, let me hear you say it before I let you go, man.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me, Lord. How about them Cowboys?
Brandon, oh, wait a minute. All right, man. All right. Let me see. I done hit the wrong button over here. All right, boom. All right. Hey, man, call back tomorrow, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness, man. Hey, man, my guy VIP, man, you know, he wild with it, man. I got from the 206, my guy MJ. You're live on The Nation, brought to you by Prize Picks, man. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Can't complain, bro.
Hey, now, let me go to it. What up, VIP? 100 grand.
Yeah.
100 grand. I can't agree with 100 grand on that.
Yeah, I know you didn't. I know you didn't.
Oh, you know that. Oh, no. If we go in that way, we might as well, hey, everybody might as well we might as well go to Hawaii for vacation. the whole Dallas Cowboys nation, all of us might as well go to Hawaii and just go to vacation.
Yeah.
Because if we go in that way, losing 3 in a row, oh, we in trouble. Oh, no, you better not. That's an excuse.
Yeah.
I need Mike McCarthy this week to get back like he was doing, call better play calling. You got to figure a way to beat that 4-man, 3 linebackers, 4 safety. That's the San Francisco defense. If you don't figure a way to beat that, Micah, you need to go watch Arizona film. If I was you, Mike McCarthy, you need to go watch the Arizona tape, how to score in that. Oh,
yeah.
You see what I'm saying, Law?
Yeah. I feel you, man. I see what you're saying, bro. I see you.
You're not stupid. Mike McCarthy. And if it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, run that goddamn fullback. Start using that fullback. That fullback should be getting like 10 plays a game. He's too big, and he's fast, and he's powerful. Don't stop getting cute. Now let's go to the defensive side.
Go ahead.
Dan Quinn. You got to get your head out your butt, bro. You kill him. You put pressure on the quarterback, like Brandon said. It's a team sport. I know my quarterback got to win sometime, but come on, man. Golly. That means we're going to have to score 40 points a game to try to get in the playoff, y'all. How this defense playing. So, Dan Quinn, play number 99 on defensive end, number 90 on DM. You can play Mozzie and 97 in the middle, play Evans in the middle, 33 on the outside, number 11 on the outside. That way they can go sideline to sideline. Because they're killing us. Now we got people, now we ain't got no excuse. Now we get ran over like that, because 99 going to knock that, he going to stop that tackle, and 90 going to stop that tackle. Number 33 and number 11 and 32 could be easy. Then, when they go to passing down, then you can put your passing team in. You see what I'm saying, Locke?
Yeah.
Then you
can do it. After you take care of business, after you TCB, then you can do that. Then you can do that. You can put Parsons anywhere. You can put him at nose tackle if you want to. Once we get up, then we do that. Man, that's a damn good. That's a good strategy, though, bro. That's a damn good strategy.
Because number 99 ain't gonna come in there and do that goofy stuff like 54 do.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna, number 90 gonna stop the run. 99 gonna put him at 99's a defense end. He's not a D tackle. Come on, Dan Quinn. Stop doing that to my team, man. You got my players in the wrong position. Now, my safety ain't covered. I'd rather have either 24 or 30 at safety.
Yeah.
Wilson. On that play. Take 6 and number 1 out the game. Because 24 is long. He could cover.
Yeah. You're right, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's 28 and back. You have 28 and 24 back there.
Get it.
On them. Then when Miami go to that spread offense and they ain't gonna run, then you can bring number 30 and 6 back in the game with your safety when you want to play all them safety.
Man, you right.
Come on, Dan Quinn.
It's just that you got to start like Dan Quinn. I get it. That probably be the flow, and I'm not saying that that's because he's sitting way up there in the press, but sometimes you got to get a vibe and a feel of like what the people are mumbling, right, and what they're saying out there on the field on the sideline. So maybe if he can lean on Joe Witt, or Joe Witt be in the box with him, but Al Harris to get the feel and let him call a few plays, man. Let him call a few assignments and delegate it just a little bit.
Because what Miami gonna do? See what they do? They gonna run that wide receiver. Look at this long. Look, see long. Y'all gonna be thinking like me.
Yeah.
Remember I said 32 in the middle, 33 on the outside, number 11 on the outside. So when that little running back is running behind, okay, my 33, you know who to go for. But we know that quarterback ain't running. That's your man. If he come to the other side, number 11, you got his name.
Yeah.
We run. You know what I'm saying? Now you can send blitzes from anywhere. Number 11 can blitz, 33 can blitz. You know what I'm saying? You can confuse them. Because when you put that pressure on Tua, he's going to throw some interception. And he's going to go down.
Yo, you're going to go down, bro. I appreciate you, man. I thank you for calling, man. What's your final words, man, in closing, bro? In closing.
My final word, we need to win this game, win the next game, get ready for the playoffs, and let's go on and do this, man, and stop getting confused on this 4-3-4 defense. Come on, Kyle.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, I saw your boy Carl Davis out there, too. I saw your boy Carl Davis out there.
Brandon, like my man said, man, stop trying to talk about the quarterback, man. Only way we got this record because of this quarterback. I don't know what you was talking about the law. Man, if this quarterback would have played, sorry, Brandon, you didn't come on this show, Brandon, because the quarterback was making you look stupid, making you eat doo-doo. And now you say, oh, he's flying it out. I can go on here. No, bro.
Hey, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, MJ. Yeah. Good call from a man. Yeah. So I said the other day, man, if we clean up some penalties, man, we'll be 12-2 right now. We had 14 penalties in the Arizona Cardinals game, although they ran through us with 255 yards. We were also playing hero ball. That goes under discipline, right? We over-pursued and things like that. That could have been a very much so winnable game. And on top of that, we can go back and forth about what happened in that first Eagles game. But if we didn't have all of those crazy penalties and the aficionados get out of the way, we win that one. We'd be 12-2. But we are right now 10-4. I want us to win out. Why? Because I look at it just like anything else. A home field advantage throughout the playoff. You got to come through Arlington in order to win. That is a recipe for us to get to the big dance. But neither here nor there. Matt Batten said flag killed us against the Bills as well. Cards and Bills, yeah. I got Banks, man. Last but not least, man. 757, you're live on the Nation. Brought to you by Prize Picks. You in the mix. Talk to me, man.
Lord, what's good, man? You say the best for last, man. Hey, look. As far as $100,000, man. Come on, man. That's no way you came up with that analogy like that, man. You sitting there in the room by yourself and came up there with that analogy, man. We did a lot with the Eagles, man. And the 49ers could possibly drop 2. They got the Ravens. And they got the last game coming up against the
Rams. Yeah. And they might be fighting for their life to get in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the Eagles very well can drop a game against one of between the Giants, 2 against the Giants and the Cardinals. Or their old defensive coordinator. They're in turmoil over there, man. They got some problems over there right now. So they've been saying they can get together, still ain't panned out. So hey, they could drop 1 too. So hell yeah, we still fighting. We just lost last week. Ain't nobody holding nothing back. We got the same record. This ain't like last year. So, that was just crazy. And my man right there said 99 on the end. Nah, man, you just skipped over Dante Fowler and that
DA.
Armstrong, DA.
DA.
DA. No, yeah. I'm not putting Ghostin out there on on the edge, man.
Golson was out there on the edge in Bill's game. He got concrete blocks for feet. I'm just like, he just a little slow, man. Come on. Put him inside.
Yeah, he's a little slow. He's a little slow on his feet. Yeah. Give me Dante Fowler out there. You know, if you ain't going to put Sam out there. But, you know, I think Sam's good in the run game. But my last point, man, real quick, man, I think we need to take a little page out of Seattle book, man, from Monday night, man. And what I say is, I ain't talking about going against the Eagles. I'm talking about what they did. I didn't, because I didn't realize Jamal Adams. You know, he been getting burnt. He been getting beat a little. He been getting beat lately and all that.
Right.
He was a healthy scratch, man. He was a healthy scratch last week.
I didn't know that.
He didn't even show up to the game. He was a healthy scratch last week. And Julian Love, who started over him, had the 2 picks against Hurts.
Yeah.
And not only that, look at my man Woolen, the starting corner. Michael Jackson, former Cowboy, they benched him for Michael Jackson. He started over Boyd. So if you got guys that's not performing, I don't care about the money. What they're saying is I don't care about the money and none of that. I'm going to put out here who perform the best and gives me the best chance to win.
But you know why
Pete Carroll
is like that? Because, you know, when you lose 4 games in a row, right, you got to shake it up a little bit. And they were at that spot that they had to shake it up a little bit, and he made the necessary moves. And they were thinking about their Tariq Woolen, even earlier part of this season of benching him, starting him, benching him, because he's having a terrible sophomore slump. His first year, remember, he had 6 interceptions. He was doing everything greatly, and then I guess he started reading his own press clippings, and he's been having a bad year from what people expected him to do. Vice versa. Bland over here. I'm telling y'all about Bland. Bland is having a great year, regardless of what people may try to write up. But you're right. You're right.
I say that for guys like J-Ron Curtis and stuff, who I think his potential tapped out. I think we got people don't realize, but J-Ron been around for a minute, man. J-Ron been in the league about the same amount of time as Dak, around Dak. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, you know, and he wasn't always a starter, you know, but then Quinn tapped into his potential. So I think we kind of, you know, I think we kind of worn out right there. So, you know, I'm just saying, what I'm just getting at, man, is put your guys, stop playing favorites. Get your head outside. Put the guys on the field that's going to help you win, or put them where they need to be. That's going, you know, you can get the most out of them, and it's going to help us win games, man. Stuff like when we get ran 250 yards ran on us, man. And I see you going back for on Twitter, man, because, look, I'm tired of seeing it just like you. Michael Parsons is a linebacker who we found out could rush the passer from injury, and, you know, they just so I kept him there, but he wears down towards the end of the season because he's on the line. You know, he's at the edge more than linebacker. You're going to particularly get worn out more than you are if you playing if he's at the wheel or something, you know what I'm saying? They're not getting their hands on him as much.
Yeah.
Even though they're moving around the line, they still can get, you know what I'm saying? They still can get hands. You still can get worn out.
Right.
I don't care if he's on the right or the left or he's rushing up the middle, they still getting hands on him.
And here's my thoughts on that, Banks. I think that, you know, on one of the tweets I was being sarcastic, right? And I forgot sarcasm don't play on Twitter, right? They think that you're being real, and I was just being sarcastic about the games that we needed Parsons in, and he wasn't that big of an impact, you know. And I forgot. I should have put sarcastically speaking, because a lot of people don't understand the sarcasm that I had with it. But the other part of it is, and salute to John Ownings, because I think that he's a really good guy, man. We've seen his growth. He was rocking with us way before he even got on with PFF and beyond. So that's good, man. I love seeing the underdogs, the underground guys working themselves up to that position and spot. But what he did was he expounded on when I said, hey, drafting Micah Parsons where we drafted him at would have been a questionable pick if that's all you're going to use him at, basically, confining him just to the edge. And they used those two words And they took it and run from it, and they call him, Law, you're a moron, you're an idiot, you're a fool. Not him, but like the people that follow him, right? And they're saying, hey, man, you don't know football, you're a moron, you're an a-hole, you're an F-dude, blah, blah, blah. But what it is basically they took those little few words and they ran off with it, and they tagged that, and then they of course, you know how people do, they tag snitch. And they say, well, Law is saying that Parsons is a questionable pick, and Parsons shouldn't be able to play edge only. But no, that's not the conversation or the scenario. What I want Parsons to do is to be versatile. I want him to be in heavy run sets, move him around. Sometimes it's good for you to be the point guard. Sometimes it's good for you to be the shooting guard. Sometimes it's good for you to be the small forward. And I guess what most people do is that they can't, intellectually figure out what I'm saying, basically. It's just use them everywhere. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I got what you were saying, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, bro.
And guys, and you got the guys up there, why don't the 49ers put both at linebacker or Watt for the Steelers? I'm like, look, man, them guys they got the frame, they got the size. Those guys are edge rushers, the ends.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Myles Garrett the same way. Parsons is a linebacker who just happened to be great at rushing the passer.
Right.
And we found that out, so he's there. But you can tell that it wears down on him.
It does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I like Parsons when he moved around. You're not knowing. He might be a linebacker. He might be rushing the edge. You don't know where he's coming from or what he's doing, and that's when he make the most plays. I don't care. He don't have to get a sack, but if he got the tackles, if he got them making plays, however he's making plays, I'm good with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want him to be limited just rushing the passer, but you got a team like Buffalo running, so he's not even, and he's kind of compromised because he's small frame.
Right.
And has to fight off all these blocks, double teams, really then. So, you know what I mean? Put him where he's going to be most effective, and I think that's moving around. Whether it's that linebacker, whether it's a him, but mesh it together to where he's doing both. But that's all I got, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Thank you so much, man. Good call from my guy Banks, man. And I'm glad that he read me on the X app and beyond. Because sometimes, man, people look for validation, and when you having a point or an opinion, or you put something out there, the first thing they do is try to tear down your validations or accreditation, right? And they would shoot at you personally, or they would say, well, let me know if you're smarter than a coach, right? Or let me know if you are getting paid to the money of a coach, right? Or they would say, well, let me know when you play football, what team you play for. Whereas the pathway that God designed and created for me was not to play football in the National Football League, right? So sometimes people will use that as an argument, and I know it's low-hanging arguments or what have you, but I am an analyst, that's the trait that I have. I'm an analyst, the degree that I have. I'm an analytical guy, and from an intellectual aspect of it, some of those things bleeds over to NFL. Now, do I give y'all a lot of jargon, or do I give y'all a lot of talk as it relates to analytical stuff? No, because I know that that's just a piece of it. Right? I'm spiritual. I'm a very spiritual guy. I'm not a very religious guy, right? So I give y'all a lot of spiritual connotations, right? And I'm motivational. I give you guys some motivational stuff. I give you guys life stories, and you can receive it if you want to. Let those who have ears hear, right? And I try to give you guys mixtures of my personality. I'm from Mississippi. I stumble over my words, but I keep going. I'm not perfect. I tell y'all, I'm one of the people that will let you know, hey, man, I was wrong on this player. And if I'm right, I'm gonna boast a little bit, right? But those are things that, as a content creator, they hold us to a higher degree than there are those who hold Dan Quinn, or those who on TV, like the Dan Orlowskis of the world, right? Y'all will hold us content creators to a higher degree, right? So I get it, right? But when we bite back, then they say, oh, wait a minute, he's flexing. But I do. My reach is bigger than Brian Baldinger, believe it or not. My reach is bigger than Dan Orlowski. My reach is bigger than most people. Why? Because the results say, and is it me braggadocious saying that? No, because those are the results when I look at my impressions. 19 million impressions in a month. averaging 3 to 4 million views in a month. Y'all think that's flexing? No, that's just me telling y'all the truth. So when I say something, it will echo a lot longer or a lot louder than those who are at the lower end. But even those at the lower end doesn't mean that they're not right or they're wrong, right? Or even those who are high, right? Just because they're on a big platform. Right? You guys going to watch and digest what I'm saying a little bit more than the 3-ladder, 4-ladder network. How long we been live? If this was ESPN, Fox, or what have you, Undisputed, they would have had 15 to 20 commercials by now, right? So yes, we'll be able to get things out a whole lot quicker. We may be wrong with a little degree on some things, but 9 times out of 10, y'all looking at it from the heart. And y'all watch me just like I'm either your little brother, your big uncle, your big cousin, or your little cousin. That's just how it goes, right? A third of y'all know a lot about me, right? So that's just how it goes. Fortunately, right? So, hey, it is what it is. And yeah, Paul, it's a real feel, you know. It's a gift, you know. So it's just what it is. So I appreciate everybody who tuned in, and I thank y'all so much. And y'all saw, you know, I was right yesterday with my brother. Some of his personality is coming out, and I love it, right? Because you know, we were talking about Ryu versus Ken. You know, that's what we talked about growing up. And we talked about the Jonathan Major story. We talked about Charleston White and beyond. All of those things, people are like, yeah, man, Law, do more of that, you know. So some of our personalities is getting over, and it's good. It's good. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, everyone have a reason. But results are what matter. And at the end of the day, those, write this down, convinced against their will, is of the same opinion still. I can't change your mind. Somebody gonna say, hey, pistachio ice cream is the best, Law. Butter pecan is trash. Some people will say that, ladies and gentlemen. Some people don't like pecan pie. I love it. And I missed it this year. I would never taste my mom's pecan pie again unless some type of way, when the end comes, the creator figure out a way to get me to go back in time. Maybe we need to jump into a time machine so I can taste some of my mom's pecan pie. Huh? That could be it. Black Walnut, I see you. Appreciate you. Hell yeah, let's go. Thank all of y'all. I give what my guy 100 grand is saying. That they don't want to trade punches and show their hand. That rhymes for you to do, by the way. And I give what MJ, to a degree, I even get what a lot of people are saying, even negatively, about Dak Prescott. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I listened to this Jim Rowan. He says, when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. What do that mean? Don't be complacent. Don't be satisfied. Keep searching. Keep climbing. Keep figuring things out. And we're going to do just that. We got 3 games left. They said, well, Law, we can't stop the run. One argued and said we can't win on the road, although the record doesn't say that. If we couldn't win on the road, we would have not won on the road, right? So we all know it's any given Sunday. We just got to focus and formalize our mind to it, baby. Like I said, the prize fighter, even when he's down, he continues to swing. And if you get knocked out, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. I'm trying to motivate one person today, not millions. That one person can tell the story to his offspring or to his friend, and then that one person can tell it to them over and over again. It's all about the fortitude of the mindset and how you can elevate your thoughts to put you in a different area. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan to lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply, just simply, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go after the thing you want. Even if you're undersized and you want to be an edge rusher, and that's all you want to do, not saying that Parsons wants to do that, then if dog and grim and besiege and beset with the help of Almighty, you will get it. Ask for those things that you want. If you want to be known and leave your presence left on this plane, then go do it. You know, as I said earlier when we did this podcast on the front end, I said it's hard to see the picture when you are in the frame. In the presence of the minds and then of the man and then of the hearts. Have you ever been in a room and left and someone said, I can tell you was here. Your presence was here. Your energy was here. Your aura was there. I can feel the magnitude of the energy when you walk into a room. We are vibrational creatures. We are frequency creatures. We are mighty, and we just got to believe it. Open up your third eye and see. Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it, baby. Come on.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Damn! What more do you want from me?
Hey! Roll those credits for your boy. Hit that like, share this content. Let's get it, baby. Hey, happy holidays to you and you. Let's run it up one time. Shout out to you, Sumo. Shout out to you, Ghostface Gaming. Appreciate you. Rev, man, what's good with you? LB81. Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. As long as we sucking on your mom, you know what? We all good. Appreciate you, man. One love to you, though. Shout out to you. Justin, thank you. INC, appreciate you. Matt, Merry Christmas to all of you. Come on. One love. If I offended anyone, charge it to my head, not my heart. Shout out to you. 63, Gilly, Brandy, Sam, Glenn, 24, 7, Cowboy, DC for life, not for short. Do not extend drives, you're right. I know one thing though, before we go. There would not be people predicting, yeah, man, we're going to beat the Miami Dolphins 40-13. Hey, there was somebody, I forgot who your name is. They said, hey, man, we need to humble ourselves. Well, naturally, it's being humbled, right? Y'all give me y'all score predictions, baby. Ain't nobody going to put, hey, man, we're going to beat Miami 40-13, 35, 18. Hey, 31-17, Cowboys, right? 31-28. Man, I don't care if the score is 6-3. I'm going to be playing this song. That was you, Elbert. Yeah. Elbert, man. Did you jinx us, man? But, man, much love to you, man. I got nothing but love to you, man. We got Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor, too, by the way. No early penalties, though. You're right. We win.
We answered. I talked stuff. I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's a better team. Those sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Go Birds.
Let's go Birds. ELGS.
LB, man. Wait. I was gonna leave now. But I need to know, honestly, LB, who's your team? Who's your team? I need to know, man, before I go. And I appreciate you, man. You know, we love to call the people out, man, when they jump in over here. Who is your team? Let me put you on the screen right quick. Hold on. Who's your team? I'm about to go, but who's your team though? Who's your team? Okay, you can't see. I got no room. I got no room. If you can't see the Chiefs fan, we gonna look you up, bro. We gonna make sure that you are the Kansas City Chiefs fan. All right, bro. Appreciate you though. Now don't delete nothing. Y'all look at his YouTube page, man. Come on. We gonna jam on out, man. And yeah, don't block him, y'all. Don't block him. It's good to have Chiefs fans in here, cause we rooted for y'all in the Super Bowl, by the way. See, Chiefs fan, if you really was a Chiefs fan, then why you here? You know, normally Chiefs fans don't talk noise. They've been winning in the last 4 or 5 years. So that's weird though, man. You got to be a bandwagoner. I'm calling you out now, dog. You know, you from East St. Louis, but okay. But why you here? Oh, hold on. Let me pull up YouTube. I'm gonna look up your account. Yeah. And you. Don't let the street lights hit you. All right. You got 1 subscriber. Okay. Hit you. Player 2. Okay. You've been LB. You've been having your channel or your YouTube since 2012, but no picture. So you just a troll, man. If my team won the Super Bowl, man, I'd have had my stuff all over the doggone YouTube page. Come on, LB81. We appreciate you though. Keep the engagement up. Subscribe to the channel. It got to be somebody. LB, you got to be either an Eagle fan or an Eagle fan. That's just what it is. Normally, there's only one people that talk noise are Eagles fans. Have you ever noticed that, y'all? I've been doing YouTube long enough to know the way y'all talk, the way y'all move. You got to be, LB81 got to be an Eagles fan. You got to be. Ain't no way in the world you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan. All right, so we discovering more and more. The more you talk, you know you don't know what I do for a living, but you do know that it's counterintelligence though. And you said I rock with LB and Louis T. So that really narrowed it down. Not many Kansas City Chiefs fans rock, according to the analytical data, rocks with LB and Louis T. So, hey, man, you snitching on yourself, man. Keep talking. And the more you talk, the more I understand who you are. Yes, indeed, baby. I got a photographic memory, too. So I will remember what you say. You might want to change out your account. He got to be an Eagles fan. Until next time.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. nothing can stop me. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way, I follow. No need to say where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night, 'cause I'll find no matter what, yeah. So